say Nigerians are the most romantic people on the African continent,
Who told you?
according to me.
That's good. According to you,
Who do you
what
think is the most romantic person on this continent?
It's Rwandans.
Huh?
Rwandans. Should I now say someone else? I don't know. I know Rwandans. So, we are romantic. Are you not? Even the way you speak, you're romantic.
Brother Tini, you've moved places.
Mm.
No, don't say the French, by the way. I know you.
You want to
What do you think are the most romantic people on this planet? Not just the continent.
You're asking yes, Otieno?
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, for me, I think being romantic is personal.
I like that.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
For
You
you
know,
to
it's
be
okay.
romantic,
Mm.
it's a mindset. So anyone can be romantic,
Very true.
regardless of
Well put.
where you are,
Like an
where
expert.
you're from.
Well put, like an expert. He's using now.
So we become intentional because it will be Wednesday Money Matters.
To be honest, the one money matter.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's another morning once again. You know what we call the Wellness Relationship Tuesdays, mental health, relationship, love, counseling, name it, everything. We do it here, right here on 94.3 Roll FM, the heartbeat of Kigali. The man himself, Otieno Tobias.
Otieno Tobias.
Thank you so much.
There's another name you've not mentioned.
Say it. Oh, spell it. I will name it.
You will not name it because you'll mispronounce it.
No, I'm the best when it comes to pronouncing these people's names.
He's the best person to say it.
From our neighboring. Hey, me. I lived in that place. You know, I lived in a place called Gulu. You know that?
Gulu. Not
Gulu is
Gulu.
in you.
Gulu.
You know Gulu
In Uganda.
in Uganda.
Yeah.
So you know. They were
Interesting.
the Otienos, these others,
Odongo.
the Odongo,
Not Akelo and whatever.
the Okelos also,
Okelo, by the way.
but the Date, some people call Date. You know
Are
this.
you sure?
Look at this one. Me, I can speak Lukbala. You know Lukbala.
Adia Mabel.
That is a rule. That's a rule. Tell him.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Eli, in Eli.
How do they greet? In Lukbara.
In Lukbara.
See?
Mingoni. They say Mingoni.
Mamuke.
Mamuke yo. Ujunkoni le.
Ngaramtse.
Stop that. No one understands.
The other
that
name
language.
is
Let's go.
Omondi.
We're in English.
Omondi Waramtse.
What I'm saying is,
See? Now we're back.
See?
He is a clinical psychologist specializing in therapy, mental health, and sports psychology. Now, Omondi supports individuals like Arafat and I, and you there, and people of high performance, that is the athletes. And through that is assessment, resilience, building emotional well-being, performance, and personal development. And today, we're looking at something very, very important. This lovely week, the second week when we're having him, we're talking about anxiety, emotional regulation, and communication under pressure in couples or families. And we're looking at the practical clinical tools, which is well versed with, to help us understand how best we can help couples, families, and individuals within that setting. Sometimes we are switched on by emotions. We're charged on by pressures we are unable to contain.
Yes.
Families are breaking down because of just a mere, I tell you a word and then you cannot contain it. You know, one of the common words people used to relate to.
Bring one word now.
Imga. Let a dog is something very good. Doing a dog.
If someone calls you that, you won't be actually okay.
There's a die fought my sister.
No way.
because of calling your dog.
Hey. It was fire at home.
Bro, if your wife calls you that, if your man calls you that, it's a big thing than just a brother and sister saying that, bro.
And something can erupt from that because maybe you've annoyed her or she's not seen, and out of nowhere, just like a normal word.
And we have this challenge mostly in our country, mostly in Africa. We tend to think that we tend to make ourselves strong. We need to feel like, we're unbreakable, There's this way where we compose ourselves with a lot of respect, and this respect has really caused a lot of troubles, and of course shattering of some homes.
Exactly. And you see, with that example where someone calls you a dog, some emotions are evoked. That's why you get the feelings of you want to react.
Someone says that
You get
someone
angry,
infringes your ego.
Exactly.
The
We'll call it
infringement on
Kameli.
your ego.
Your ego is bruised.
The true color.
Yeah, man, and you feel low. Your self-esteem reduces.
And yet a dog is a very good animal.
It's just a dog. Yeah.
And besides, calling a dog doesn't mean you're a dog.
It doesn't mean you can look at yourself in the mirror and see that I'm not a dog.
Let's begin from there.
Yeah.
Words spoken to us.
Yeah.
How should we see the words? And how do we interpret them? I think we may call it emotional intelligence. Because let's thank you. Let's begin from there.
Exactly.
You are preempting the conversation.
So, one thing you guys or everyone needs to understand. So first of all, how you speak to someone. The words have a lot of weight.
So much.
Very true.
They carry a lot of weight. What you say can affect you, can affect the people you are talking to.
Very true.
That's very true, right? Now, one thing that you can't control is what I'm going to say or what I'm going to think. Yeah. So understanding that concept, that sometimes you don't have control over what people will say or think about you, is one of the ways that will help you regulate your emotions in the event that someone calls you a bad name or insults you. Yeah. So it might hurt you.
Very true.
But let's say I tell you, Angelo, don't call me a dog, man. I don't like it. You can still continue calling me and
Yeah.
I can tell you that, and you can still continue regardless of what I tell you. Yeah. So it is your responsibility as an individual to understand that.
But now,
Yes.
let's go down to reality. How do you legislate the emotions when your ego is infringed,
Activated.
when your ego is activated? I know. I was watching a movie. I think one day, and I know it was
Is
a
it a
movie.
movie?
It was a movie, but it was real. Let me tell you. In the movie, they depict exactly things that are happening in communities.
The actors.
Yes. So someone was like, I killed this person just because they invoked my ego.
Testimony.
Hey. So how do you regulate? That regulator you're talking about in our brains. Because this is the main point now. There's someone listening to us and saying, you know what? I know I feel bad when someone calls me something that I'm not. And immediately what comes to my mind is, how do I fight this person? Fighting might be physical, fighting might be not physical.
Be verbal.
Be verbal and all that. So how do I tune to the low volume of my emotions?
That's a very good question. Because now, let me start with this. If the emotion is not regulated, you might end up doing something that you will regret later. You might be aggressive and attack someone physically or verbally, injure someone, kill someone, and end up getting arrested. Yeah. So how do you regulate? How do you tune down?
Bring that technical part of it.
Exactly. So this technique that I'll tell you is one of the most overrated, or people overlook it. Not overrated. People overlook it. But just taking a few moments, if something happens, let's say someone provokes you, gives you a bad word, or does something bad to you, it takes a lot, but you should try your best to take a pause first of all. Pause. Take in deep breaths.
Breathe in.
Just breathe in, hold, exhale, breathe in, hold, exhale. And you see, all this does, it gives you time to calm down.
Thank you.
Not to react in an impulsive way. Yeah? So once you've calmed down, now your brain resets. You can be able to make a rational decision within that situation. So just by you taking a pause after something has happened, it can save you your life. Yeah.
Because you may pick a stone and hit the person.
Yeah, you might pick
or any
you can
object.
slap someone.
Listen, some of us, we don't think that that is a technique or a skill someone should apply if that case happens. But some people have went on to say that the best way to do is walk away from that area.
No, exactly. That's true. That's like another additional technique that you can use. Yeah.
Walking away from the scene.
Yes, walking away, like avoiding, not being in the presence of that whole
Because it was
situation.
Okay.
Yeah, because once the more you stay there, the more the emotion can rise. The more you, when you linger around, it provides the opportunity for you to make the wrong move.
Let me give you an example.
But if you excuse yourself,
a real example, personal.
you cool down. Yeah.
Personal experience. There's
It's a safe space.
there's so many toxic people out here. And like you said, you want to control what they think about or talk about or whatever they want to bring out of their mouth. It happened the one time I was in an environment and somebody's just toxic. They just want to, they're intentional on making you get angry. They know words that are going to trigger you. They know situations or conversations that are going to trigger you, and they'll keep saying that. And the more, yes, you may be having this emotional intelligence because you're mature. I don't want breathe in, breathe out, trying to do that until the best thing you do is walking away, because you may be strong enough and resilient, but there are moments you get and you can't hold it anymore. I'm realistic and I'm honest about it.
You know, I'm laughing.
Don't laugh at this guy. Man. He's being vulnerable and you're laughing.
There's a story Angelo gave to us. I'm sorry to break it. He's one of the people that when you keep on turning on the volume, he will not manage to turn off the volume.
He's lying. He's lying, brother. I'm good at
No. Do you remember the guy you boxed?
It was away from me, by the way. No,
No, I'm being honest. Let's get back to the conversation. That was part of
that was
the
by
conversation.
the way.
That
I
was
didn't
part
do
of-
that.
Yeah, but it's true. Some people, even in relationships, you'll find that like your partner, he knows the right buttons to poke. You know,
Relationships.
For the volume to go up.
yes, for the volume to go up. In a disagreement, you know the right buttons to push so that you can mess up with your ego and get emotional. And sometimes the best way is to just walk away.
Thank you.
Give yourself space, recollect yourself, compose yourself, and when things are calm, you can come and now address.
Okay, now
Real
we've
issues.
understood. Now we've understood actually that now, if anything of that kind arises in your situation, it becomes a situation that now you either walk away or you breathe in and breathe out and make sure that you're able to control the volume that is really sparking your emotions. Then, now the next question to us is, let's assume that, what are some of the signs that now the silence is no longer healthy? That the silence that you are actually putting much silence in yourself, you are actually trying to, take in a lot of pain that you can no longer now hold. What happens next? Or what are some of the signs that this person has been silent for a while and now deserves to be treated because it's no longer healthy? These people are going to burst. Because the more you take in pain and you're resisting all that, what happens next is bursting.
Yeah.
So what are some of the signs that now the silence now is no longer healthy? This person needs help.
That's a very good question. Now the question will be, even a better question will be, it's not the silence itself. What's going on behind this silence? Why is this person in silent mode? Yeah. So is he able to sleep? Is he able to concentrate? Is he able to function? Is he able to, to do his day-to-day job activities or anything? Yeah. So sometimes silence is a way of coping. Yeah. And sometimes it can go, unnoticed. Hey, all of a sudden, this guy is not speaking to us. Yeah. But there's usually something that is going on when someone is silent.
Mm.
Maybe he's experiencing some pressures from work or at school.
Thank you.
If he's a student,
It's common these days.
which is very common. Maybe he's feeling negative about himself. Maybe his body image,
Self-esteem.
self-esteem issues. Maybe he's comparing to himself to other
Colleagues.
people, to colleagues, and how it's bringing. Because of that effect, he decides to to reserve himself. Yeah. So most of the time, silence is a way of coping, and at the same time, is a cry for help.
Yeah.
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 There's something wrong.
There's something wrong. So once you notice that this is an unusual silence from someone that I usually know, why don't you
Okay.
approach them?
I like that. So now this one speaks to the partners or people in relationship or people in relatives. For instance, if you notice that your wife, your husband has been silent on quite so many things that you think he or she would have talked about, then it's your time as the other partner to act
To pay attention.
and to pay attention to your partner and say, what's happening? Because you've been silent on this A, B, C, D, and all this has happening to us. And I've waited and waited for you to respond to it, but you've not said a thing. Does that mean that this is the right time for someone to act? The opposite person who perhaps is not feeling the same heat.
That is exactly the right moment to make a move, to try and figure out what is going on. Is there something that you're communicating that I'm not understanding? Is there something that I did wrong? So it is an opportunity for someone who has noticed to provide like a safe environment where the partner can be able to express themselves and just have an honest conversation, because you'll realize even in you've had experience with relationships. Sometimes you might experience silent treatments. Yeah, that means something is going on.
Something is happening.
Something is happening.
People are
behind-
playing games, eh?
People are playing games and it is not being communicated. So if you notice such things, why don't you provide a safe environment, a comfortable environment where you can be able to address and have like an honest conversation, because it becomes awkward if it keeps on going on.
Let me ask. When do people resort to silence? Because it doesn't just happen. Either I've been complaining or talking about a certain issue that I'm not okay with, and then you've done nothing about it. So at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, since my talking is not benefiting or yielding anything, let me just keep quiet for peace's sake. And there are those situations, because we've seen that I no longer talk. I just, if she speaks or if he speaks, I just keep quiet, because I'll complain and they'll not listen to me. Gladly, you say yes. Maybe be keen, observe, then provide an environment and pay attention, and then ask. But then, remarkable things there. Create an environment safe and comfortable for the other person to express. But now, when we suppress our emotions and through resorting to silence, isn't there a situation where somebody has been because I think, well, I'm not a psychologist, but according to my understanding, and now I've seen human nature, if I complain about something, Arafat, and then something doesn't, nothing is done about it, I resort to silence.
Actually,
Realistically.
let me say something about that. Let me give you a simple analogy. Have you ever got a bottle of water that you've finished taking water, that is empty, and compress it? If you compress it in between, it will come back. But if you overcompress it, it will never have the forces to come back.
There's a chemistry there. When it gets hot, I think.
So, when you overcompress someone, when someone is oversuppressed with a lot of problems that are resulting from you, they're now at the edge. They've reached the edge. So they don't have anywhere else to go. So they resort to silence. And so, you know what? The moment someone resorts to silence, just they're at the edge of breaking. They're over complaced and supplaced to the extent that they can't even revert to, they can't come back to even a conversation. So that person is almost breaking.
Yeah, and maybe adding on to that analogy of the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say our bodies or our minds are that bottle.
Mm.
It can hold only so much.
Yes.
And that sometimes it gets full. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, as much as people sometimes keep silent, if they do so and don't get access or don't get help at the right moment, the bottle can burst. They can break. The emotions can overwhelm them.
Yes.
Yeah. So I understand when you say sometimes, you've tried talking, airing out your grievances, but nothing is being done. So you end up being silent.
Yes.
But you see, when you're silent, what's going on? Will it make
you better or
you
or
better or
bitter?
or bitter? Exactly. Yeah. So
What does one need to do in this case?
in the event that
Because I've spoken and come on, nobody's.
You're not listening to me. By the way, bro.
I've had. Let's go for a break.
You see?
Hold it there.
Okay, let's go for the break.
We'll start from there, right?
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Kigali the morning with Solid Minds and Royal FM. It's Wellness and Relationship Tuesdays. And should you be wanting to be part of the show, please feel free 07912 306 00. And if there's a message you want to send us, that number is also on WhatsApp. Could even be a voice note. Feel free. We are there to listen to you.
Buckle up for a ride with the queen of the airwaves.
Are you always catching a feeling or feeling disrespected when you're corrected?
Personal or maybe other relatable examples that we've been able to either witness or see happen. But as you're listening, it's very important to tell you that Mount Kigali University is reminding you that September intake is around the corner, because this is 11th of August. September is around the corner. So don't lose out on this chance. Don't miss out on the chance of enrolling at this prestigious university by visiting kur.ac.rw or calling them on 07814 81176, and that way you'll be able to experience the best in terms of education, several courses, hands-on experience, affordable fees, good routines. That way you'll be able to enroll, upgrade, or even do an undergraduate. It's very, very important. Then Spirit is telling you can save on those costs they've been saving, or rather spending on transport by choosing to get on a Spiro or buying a Spiro. Or either way, experience the best with the savings of electric mobility at the Spiro. When you use Spiro motorbike, is the Gikondo Expo still on?
Yes, it's still
Up to when? Around, I don't know, but you can also visit I don't know what it's ended, but you can also visit them and see, because it's 28th of July. So discover how Spiro bikes help you spend less, ride farther, and enjoy a smarter way to move. Call 3366 for more information about this. Spiro, the powering your journey. All right, Arafat, come back.
So, actually, what I wanted to say is that when you choose silence, at some times it becomes problematic because you start now to think that the emotions no longer matter to you. And when you resort to silence, the result is a behavior that comes out of that. So that's why me personally, I'm saying silence is not a solution. Because when you resort to silence, that emotions no longer matter to you. You no longer feel them. You're lying to yourself, but your body is feeling it. That's a mechanism you bring in to make sure that you don't have to feel it.
Defensive.
But the body understands what is happening. So the body will react with a behavior.
The body keeps the score.
Yes. And the behavior that body will bring in will not be useful to all of you, even to the person you think you're having a problem with.
And you see,
Is that okay? Please.
I can add something. You see, when someone is silent, and that's why you usually encourage people to speak whenever they're experiencing any challenge, emotional challenges. Express yourself, right? Because once you're silent, you are limiting yourself from getting assistance. When you're silent, you limit yourself from getting assistance with regards to whatever that's affecting you.
And by the way, this is not just about the family or home setting. It could be at work. You have ideas, you want to propose to the company, they're not listening to you, and resort to keeping quiet in meetings. You're no longer so, say, productive in this case, or innovative. Yet we know organizations thrive on innovativeness, creativity. So we are suppressed oftentimes. Let's talk about anxiety. To begin with, what is anxiety? Because it's going to lead us into settings. You talked about pressures. You talked about finances, family, children now, who categorically in different angles in this case. Let's begin with anxiety. What is anxiety in this perspective?
Yeah, so anxiety, in simple terms, is a normal emotional response to a perceived threat or to uncertainty. Normal emotional response to a perceived threat or uncertainty. So the key word is normal.
It's normal.
And it means anyone can experience anxiety. However, when these symptoms of anxiety, predominantly like fear or worry, becomes too much to an extent that it's affecting your social life, your occupational life, or your academics, if it becomes persistent, now it can grow into a level that it becomes a disorder, an anxiety disorder. Yeah, and anxiety disorders are like 5. Yeah, but the normal anxiety is the one that everyone experiences, the normal reaction to uncertainty.
Okay.
Uncertainty.
Thank you for bringing that. I like that. And actually, this is something that we wanted to understand more, because you said it's normal response to
Uncertainty
uncertainty
or perceived threat.
So you see it normal.
Oh, wow.
It's normal.
Let's look at this. Recently, people perceived that fuel prices were going to go high. People understood that food prices were going to go high. People saw everything that is happening. Inflation is high. So that feeling that now prices are going to go high and I'm likely not going to survive the next days is the anxiety you just talked about.
Anxiety, and it's normal.
So looking at, in your experience here in Kigali, where you work from, have you experienced some of the anxiety pressures that probably would actually prevent people to come to for your help?
Definitely there are many cases.
What are some of them in Kigali, if you be specific?
Yeah, in Kigali, there's the aspect of lifestyle. First of all, lifestyle, how people live, when you see, and now, especially now with social media,
Wow.
it has even made things worse. Because people see people living a good life. They see people getting into marriages. They see people buying new houses. Yeah. And now, in turn, individuals feel like they're not doing enough for themselves. Now they become anxious. No, now they become worried. Why? Because some of these things that they see around them, and also the pressure that is laid onto them could be families, expectations. You know, you're required to support this and this person in your family. You're supposed to get black tax. You're supposed to get married with this age.
What is your perception on that? Before we go deeper into the other, what is your perception on black tax? It's
On
called
black
black tax. Yes.
What I would say is
Do you think we should resort? We should make sure that the priority becomes supporting our family members, be it even our parents or relatives, than making ourselves stand.
Here's my take. Priority should be yourself.
Self-love.
Self-love. Yeah. Number one person that you should prioritize. It's you yourself. You need to make sure, first of all, you're physically healthy, you are mentally healthy, financially you're healthy. You yourself first. Before then, it is not in your best interest trying to assist others if you yourself, you're not at the right place to do so. Because if you do that, you are adding more pressure on yourself. You are limiting yourself. You do not reach your full potential. Why? Because you're still taking away from yourself instead of investing in yourself first. Because what happens when you invest in yourself first? You become the best version of yourself, and that way, that you will be even in a better position to assist your circle, your family, your parents. Why? Because you invested in yourself. You did everything good for yourself. Now you are at a position where you are comfortable, and you don't feel the impact or the negative impact when you are
Supporting.
when you're supporting. Yeah. But now, if you're not where you are supposed to be at the moment, and someone wants support from you, yes, you might support them, but you feel some stench of pain inside of you.
Somebody told me, actually in the Bible, they say obedience is better than sacrifice. Obedience is better than sacrifice. When I read, why I bring that is, somebody told me, yes, we do sacrifices. We do them. And sometimes community or society asks us to sacrifice. Parents sacrifice for children. It's understandable, it's a good responsibility though. People sacrifice and go through they put their lives on the line, on the wire. These are different perspectives. When it comes to relationships and what we're talking about, the wellness, our mental health, and the anxiety we're talking about. It's actually a lady who told me. I know people love, especially some men. They go an extra mile to sacrifice. They let go of some of the personal interests. Yet we're talking about the self-love, putting yourself first. Because if you're well enough, you'll be able to help. Or because what is in you is going to be depicted on what you do to the others. And she was like, a lot of guys I see are not happy doing some expenditures to some women or other people sometimes. Now, say the black text talked about. Just because they believe in the traditional mindset that says sacrifice, make the other person happy. And yet, inside their hearts, I'm doing this, but I didn't want to. That's why somebody go and borrow, either to impress a girlfriend.
That's a wrong move.
You see, it's a wrong move. But somebody will call it sacrifice to go and do an extra mile. He doesn't want to look maybe weak. Now, in this case, keeping social status and, because they do that. But in all this, that some individuals sacrifice at the expense of their happiness, and it backfires later on. There's a gentleman who offered his kidney to buy a smartphone to the girl, who later ended the relationship. Emotional what?
The example you brought is really deep, and very hard even to comment on unless
These are things happening in the community.
Otieno has something to say,
Yeah.
but honestly,
It's not.
he made it very clear. I like the point he raised here that what matters the most is you. Is you, is me. I know it is a responsibility for me to look after my parents. I won't deny that.
Thank you.
It is 110% my responsibility. But I'm asking myself, do I want my parents really to just eat on my
Sweat.
my just how can I say, my leftovers? Do I want my parents to eat my leftovers? Because why I call them leftovers is because I need to first maintain myself, make myself ready, and be able to support them in a way that I would love to support someone I love the most. I love my parents so much. So here it brings me to the point he raised. Fight so hard to make yourself better.
Fast. I like that.
I'm not saying turn away from them.
Mm-mm.
Do the best you can, but don't overstress yourself because you need to first make yourself better. After making yourself better, then what comes next is make their life better, because now you're capable of doing that.
Otieno,
Exactly.
the lady was saying, some of us guys, and now this is where the emotional intelligence comes in, the maturity, the logical thinking, the rational thinking comes in. I get my salary instead of even doing the first saving, or going to say this. It's something that will reactivate or rejuvenate because it has taken energy for you to produce. Thank you. What are you going to do at a personal level, Arafat, that will say, I've worked for this? Is it a good meal? Is it fish? I'll go at a restaurant. I know at this percentage, I'll get, even if it's 20K, and go and eat it. And my, how do you call it? What do you call it? Your soul, that will fulfill your soul. Be like, okay, finally, I worked for this. I'm good to go now. I'm ready for
enjoying the fruits of your own labor.
Yes. So let's go to this now. Otieno, now let's talk to families right now that are struggling with the anxiety of the changing world, of the changing realities of, standards of living. Let's maybe a family was working for, let's say, 100K, 400K, maybe the other one is working for maybe 300. They all bring home 700K, and of course their expenses were about 600K. And now, because of the the standards of living, the inflation that we're seeing right now in Africa and in other parts of the world, even in Rwanda, we're saying, how do I cope up with the changing standards of living in practice? What should we do for someone who is facing that right now and is asking many questions?
The standards of living here in Kigali are very high. Things are changing. Life is expensive. Fuel prices are up the roof. And one thing to help you, navigate this situation, first of all, is to accept that it's out of your control, number one. Number two, it is like a countrywide thing. It's a countrywide thing people are experiencing, and it's not only you as an individual or you as your own family that's going through this,
that pressure,
that pressure of now you have to reduce your budget, your expenditure. Now you have to, maybe if you are living in a bigger house, you'll have to adjust and
live in a
smaller house, which will, reduce your social status, which comes with some other pressures and whatnot.
Yes.
But one thing to know is that will help you navigate this whole situation is just understanding that these changes are happening all over. It is not bad to adjust based on the current economy. Is just have grace for yourself. As these things are going on, now you have to maybe move into a smaller apartment. You have to, start reduce going out. You need to cancel out some other things. It's not like a bad thing that is happening to you.
So
It's
simply,
just you.
simply anxiety mostly is one of the easiest the easiest to manage if you understand the root cause.
If you understand the root cause, it's easy to manage. Because you understand, this is what's going on.
Because
And,
someone has
yeah.
anticipated that this is likely going to happen, so probably you know
Yes.
where the anxiety is coming from.
Exactly. And then, if to add one thing on that, there's something we call exposure. If you have, anxiety is like fear or worry about something. Why don't you try expose yourself to that situation and see? Because is uncertainty. What if you go and try it? And most of the time when you expose yourself to that, the anxiety, like, it works, it disappears. Why? Because you've put yourself in that situation where you are anxious about. Yeah, you moved into a smaller house. Let's see. You've exposed yourself into that situation, and by you doing that, you're addressing your fears and worries. Yeah.
So I think in Iran they call it queer cheetah. I don't know.
Queer
Self-acceptance and then adapting to see how you can basically can survive.
The
Let's
worst
talk
thing someone can do is to, be harsh on yourself because of things that are out of your control. Yeah, you see, if you don't come to work, and you knew you had to come to work, yeah, you can be. It's justified when you reprimand yourself. You're like, you call yourself out, be angry on yourself, and do something about it. But sometimes things are out of your control, but we still tend to, blame ourselves.
For not being able to
for
provide.
not being able to, yeah.
But kids are in the holidays. They're soon going to school. I'm doing 6 Harvard. So you've worked with children and adolescents. How does a parent's unmanaged anxiety, the one that has been really that has failed to be managed, shape how a child learns to handle their own stress? Because they face these things, like we said, at school. They have different backgrounds. Maybe a parent of a certain child has done this for them. Then a child, compares themselves, of course, to another. Sometimes we're advised not always compare, although it's good to know what is happening. Like we said, that's why you have to be exposed. But let's talk about children and handling these things.
Yeah, you see, when it comes to children, they learn a lot from their parents. Because
I like that.
They learn a lot from their parents. So, how a parent
Can detect
or react emotionally is emotional education to their children. So how you respond to emotions, how you behave in a tough situation, how you handle that situation, it's emotional education to your own children, because they'll see you and they'll react like you eventually. Yeah. So in the event, maybe you don't have the capacity to regulate your emotion, you have anger outbursts when someone doesn't follow your instruction, and you become loud, the child can emulate that.
Alright, have you heard that?
If it's on the other way around,
it has happened to me.
if you, when there's a conflict, call a meeting, you provide a situation where people can talk and solve the issue amicably, the children will also emulate that. Why? Because it's something they are used to seeing happen. Yeah. So whatever a parent does with regards to their emotions, how they behave, how they think, it will reflect on their children. Why? Because it's their children. They see, they're in the environment, it affects them.
And they think you're the smartest person
Yeah,
ever on
they
earth.
look up to you.
And in school setting, because they're about to go back,
Yeah, in school settings, you see now, okay.
there's family now, for example. They're seeing their land.
Pardon the question?
Now they've seen, that's now family setting.
Oh,
Okay, they've learned now.
no.
Now they've because they spend much of the time at school.
At school, yeah.
And okay, schools may have psychologists or I don't know how they call them.
The school counselors, yeah.
School counselors. Some women back then you call them senior women at school, stuff like that.
Senior women.
Now the children are in that setting. This adolescents and the youth or the young adults in that setting as well. Let's talk about that as well.
Yeah, you see, I think even a few weeks ago we had like a mental health training with the children between the age of 10 and I think 16, that age group in school. And they go through a lot. And these are conversations that we need to start these conversations as early as possible, especially with regards to mental health, because they also go through things that affect them psychologically. Yeah. And I was happy with that event because they provided an opportunity where we also get to hear what the children go through. And some people might be surprised, but they also have mental health challenges. And they're children, they're in school, they're studying. Yeah. So if you don't take this matter into account, like seriously, we might miss out a lot at this young age. So in that, when they are maybe completing school and going to campus and they did not get the opportunity to address mental health challenges, it might they might be on the back foot. Yeah. So maybe coming back to what you had asked. So in school, they mostly rely on teachers and maybe school counselors, and what of course they learn at home to help them go through.
Can children sense that their parents are going through
As we wrap up,
anxiety and perhaps now this is the right time for the parent to act? Because I'm wondering if maybe a parent is going through anxiety, can children notice that and perhaps be able to pick it as well?
Definitely. Children are very, very intelligent. They see what's going on. They observe what's going on. So you, as parents, you might be there not talking to each other, thinking that the child is not noticing anything.
Okay.
But they're seeing. They're feeling the awkwardness in the room. And it affects them. Maybe when you argue, they're seeing these things. And it affects them emotionally. So one thing I would recommend to parents, if you are experiencing mental health challenges, kindly solve them as parents together. Leave the children out of it, because whatever you do, it has to find its way on to the children. 100%. So if you have issues as parents, solve them, work on them as an individual or as a partnership, so that you can live your life in peace and provide a safe environment for the children.
And for schools, maybe the administrators, because you didn't complete that.
Yes, even for teachers, whoever interact with children, provide a safe space for kids to express themselves, to show their emotions. Just create an environment where they can air out whatever they are going through, because they need it. It's not always about mathematics, and sciences and all these things. Sometimes they also have another life outside that. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Otieno. He's from Solid Minds Counseling Clinic here in Kigali, in Kacyiru. And if you have any of those challenges, please visit them. And don't need them, by the way. Any counseling center, could be at a nearby health facility, anywhere you need help. And if you notice anything happening, please do not keep quiet. Act immediately. Thank you so much for today, and we shall have you next Tuesday. But for now, let's pause for a break. When we return, more fire here.
From around the world in 3 minutes, the news updates on 94.3 Royal FM, the heartbeat of Kigali.
Nahisemo neza gukomeza kumva 94 n'ibice bitatu.